it's now been 6 weeks since I asked the First Minister about Margaret McGill. She's been ready to leave hospital for a year, but the lack of available carers means that she is still stuck there. Her husband, Cathal, says the First Minister is welcome to visit them anytime, because it seems she is not going anywhere. Turning to education, today the Scottish Liberal Democrats are publishing figures which show that a record 400 recent graduates left teaching last year. Why, under the SNP, are people who are ready and raring to teach, who have grafted for their qualifications, being forced out of Scottish education altogether?
First Minister.
On the case of Margaret McGill, I've discussed this issue with Mr Cole-Hamilton before, and I would be happy to visit Mr and Mrs McGill. I'd be delighted to do so should the opportunity arise. The issue is about the availability of particular care or support within the community, and as I've rehearsed with Mr Cole-Hamilton on a number of occasions, there are challenges in the availability of staff to undertake that support, but I reaffirm my commitment and my willingness to try to do all that we can to address that issue. Now, in relation to the question of teaching, I want to make sure that we have strong opportunities for members of the teaching profession. That's exactly what is the focus of the work that is undertaken by the Scottish Government, to ensure that we have appropriate employment and opportunities available, and that these are spread throughout the country to make sure that they meet the needs and the aspirations of individuals.
Alex Cole-Hamilton.
To say, Presiding Officer, that it seems that the First Minister has done absolutely nothing for Margaret McGill and getting her out of hospital in the 6 weeks since I first raised it. Under the SNP, 3/4 of newly qualified teachers can't get full-time contracts they need to pay the bills or get a mortgage. It's absolutely brutal. One graduate has been stuck on supply lists for 9 years, racking up tens of thousands of pounds worth of debt. He even tried to take his own life. Many more are being forced to work abroad when they want to teach here. It is an actual brain drain. Why can't the First Minister admit that his government has made an absolute pig's ear of this, and that tens of thousands of teachers are paying the price?
First Minister.
Well, I don't agree with that characterisation. What I'd say to Mr Cole-Hamilton is that there has been an increase in post-probation employment in the last year, which is welcome, and also that in Scotland we have a higher number of teachers per 100,000 pupils than in any other part of the United Kingdom. So there's by a significant margin actually, there's 7,584 teachers per 100,000 pupils in Scotland, compared to 5,551 in England and 5,301 in Wales. That also leads to a much lower pupil-teacher ratio in Scotland of 13.2 pupils per teacher in Scotland, compared to 18 in England and 18.9 in Wales. So the Government is supporting a much larger teaching profession within Scotland, because we think that's important for it to be the case. And we'll continue to do that as part of the budget proposals that we've put forward, which of course Mr Cole-Hamilton and his colleagues supported, and I'm very grateful to them